Okay, live is good. Here comes everyone. I see folks still connecting, but I'm going to begin and just be repetitive. Good morning. My name is Judge Person. I do welcome everybody to court this morning. This is the Temple Municipal Court, and you're muted right now for a reason, just because there's too much interference otherwise. And I'll just keep it that way till it's your turn. And I'm still watching people kind of connect, but I want to tell you a few things before we get started. When you're given a ticket, given a citation, those are all methods that we have under the law for accusing someone. That's what a ticket is. It's an accusation. And when you give a plea, you're giving your answer or your response to that accusation. And there are three options for entering a plea. They are guilty, not guilty, and no contest. If you plead guilty, you're saying, I did this. If you plead no contest, you're saying, I'm not going to say I did or didn't do it. I just want to move forward with sentencing. If you plead not guilty, you're contesting the charge, which you have the right to do. And we move that case to the pretrial docket. That docket is meeting today, but it only has one person on it. And I want to ask real quickly, is anyone here named by the name of Dolores Barnett? Dolores Barnett? I see a couple people I can't identify. Young lady with kind of a white shawl, Galaxy A20. Could you, I just asked you to unmute. Maybe you could unmute and tell me your name. I just don't have your name down. Dacia Franklin. Thank you, Ms. Franklin. You did exactly what I was hoping you would do. Thank you very much. And we're good. You're good to go. And then I have a person named Randall, and I just don't know Randall who. So if Randall, let's see. Is that Joshua Krim?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, great. Thank you for fixing the name just for this meeting. That'll make it easier. And I'm going to keep y'all on mute, but I really appreciate you doing that. And then I had, let's see, Renee Davis. Where did that go? Just if you could just unmute and tell me your name or the name of the person who has a case.
Or Marjorie Moore.
Oh, thank you, Ms. Moore. Okay. And then there was one more, Ryan Moore. Oh, okay, you did. That's Ryan Averill. Are you also Ryan Moore? I have Ryan Morris, excuse me. Ryan Morris? Yes.
I'm here. Hello.
Hi, what's your name, please?
Ryan Morris, Morris.
Okay, is it your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let me get you pulled up. I don't have you on my list, but I will figure this out. So just stay put, and I'll be back with you shortly. So back to what I was saying, RAYNMORRIS. Okay, there's Ryan Keith Morris, but Mr. Morris, can you unmute again and just please give me your date of birth?
11/27/2001.
Thank you. Okay, I have you as Ryan Eastman Morris. That's there you are. Okay,
Yeah.
great. Yeah, I do have your file pulled already, so
Okay.
great. You are definitely on my docket. I just have a hyphenated name for you. Okay, and so just real quickly, Dolores Barnett is not here. Ms. Warren, that is your only case today. And so, and I'll introduce you. Ms. Warren is our prosecutor for the city, and she represents the state of Texas in the cases on file. And her docket meets on Tuesdays and Thursdays, just as we are. But Ms. Warren, I have to tell you that no one showed up for that docket. I was a little concerned with Ms. Barnett. I'm not clear that she's got the technology ability So I may actually have the staff reach out to her and see when we can get her in, because the cases are mounting for her. She has 16 new violations that have been filed. So we'll let you know when we nail that down. But she does have a court date scheduled in December, but I'm not clear that we want to wait that long. But I'll keep you posted on the dockets. And
Okay.
thank you for your time today. You're free to go.
Thank you, Your Honor. You have a good day.
Thank you, Ms. Warren. So if you plead not guilty, you actually do get scheduled to meet with Ms. Warren. It's a two-step process of an online, where you don't have to leave home kind of thing. And then here in the building, we meet a second time if the case doesn't get resolved. So that's pleading not guilty means you're contesting the charge, and it means that you're asking to go to trial. And there's different procedures under the Constitution, under state law, under, state, city, county, all of it. It works differently when you plead not guilty. You have certain rights that you're not waiving, and we move in that direction. It takes a little longer, but we do have the one part where you do online meeting. That's the bulk of the time. We try to keep that convenient at this point. So pleading guilty or no contest, we move forward with the case. And then there are still 4 ways to gain a dismissal. And it would really help you if you listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you, because I'll let you know the ways to gain dismissals. These are really the only 4 dismissal options I have. And I'm going to tell you what they are, and that, like an overview, and then I'm going to just give you a quick rundown on how you get access to those dismissal options. So they are compliance dismissals, they are driver safety course options, deferred dispositions, and teen court. And these are the only tools I have as a judge in a Class C court. We actually have more in a Class C court. So let me walk back over those. So compliance dismissals, the first one, those are things that can be brought up to date and dismissed. And state law has to say this can happen, right? So that's the authority that we have, is through state law. Those are things like, let's say you're driving down the road, you put on your blinker, you make a turn, law officer stops you and says, you didn't put on your blinker. You said, most definitely, I'm sure that I did. Come to figure out your blinker is broken. Okay, you've got a bulb out, something like that. So the officer cites you for defective equipment, a bulb that's out. You go get it fixed, you show up on time to court, you have proof that it's fixed, you pay a $10 fee, and the case is dismissed. So that's one of many examples. And because there are so many, I actually walk you through those without question. You can ask me about it. I'm not going to tell you, no, you can't ask a question, but I'm not going to wait for your question. Sometimes people are timid in court. They don't know how to ask their question. On the compliance dismissals, I'm not going to wait for your question. I'm just going to start looking for that dismissal. I don't see really maybe even any of those on the docket today, but I'll pay more attention when it's your turn and talk to you about it. Ask me if you have questions about that. 2, the second one, driver safety course options are a good way to resolve cases that are moving violations. And there you have to be qualified, complete it to gain the dismissal. You have to be qualified, meaning you have a state license or you're active military or dependent. You cannot be a CDL holder. You have to be on time to court. And then you have to be prepared to show license, insurance, and pay your court costs. Now, let me just talk to you about fines and costs for a quick minute, because that's a good segue into that. Just a brief rundown. So every ticket has a court cost and a fine, okay? And when I give you a number, I'm giving you the total amount, okay? And it breaks down into court costs and fines. And frankly, it can break down a lot more than that. There's a lot of funds and details. And I just don't take all that time with you each time, because I know we got a balance between too much information and also your time, which I know is important. So I just give you that whole number. But when you have a driver safety course option and you want to use it, you pay the court costs. They range from $144 to $169. They're not cheap, okay? But you pay that amount. The rest of your ticket, the fines, those go on hold in the driver safety course option. And if you can complete your course and get your driving record turned in on time, both things, then you get a dismissal, and that fine that was on hold, it gets waived. It's usually a little more than $100. You're going to pay for your class, you're going to pay for your driving record, but it will still be less expensive than paying that whole ticket. Plus, you keep it off your record. I don't expect everyone to remember all the details I just threw at you. So I, again, walk you through the driver safety course option to see if you want to do it. Once again, you're welcome to ask questions about it, but I'm not waiting for your questions. I'm not waiting for you to trigger that, okay? If that makes sense. So the first two, I'm kind of walking through it, subject to any questions you have. The third one is called a deferred disposition. And that actually means exactly what it says. Deferred is delay, disposition to make a finding or finalize. So I delay making a finding, I take your plea in, and then a request for a deferred. If I say yes, you can have a deferred, we put you on a deferred, which is on a piece of paper. We call that an instrument, it's a document. And it just says, here's what you need to do. It's a list of things to get a dismissal, okay? And then if you do all the things listed, you get that dismissal. Now here's the one trick with this third option, deferred disposition. State law says you request it at the time you enter a plea. Now, Class C courts are different from other types of courts. If you've ever watched a proceeding over at the county, a deferred only comes through the prosecutor. And here you can ask a prosecutor, but you can also ask the judge. And in higher level courts, you can't just ask the judge. So you have, frankly, a little more option here. But what that would look like, people go, well, now how do I ask for that? It's real simple. Guilty or no contest, but I'd like a deferred. That's it. Guilty, no contest, I'd like a deferred. I don't really have an opinion about your plea. It is your plea to make. I can't give you advice about it. And I really don't have like feelings about that or thoughts about that. I just know the three pleas, and you're going to give me the one that takes you the direction you're trying to go. So guilty or no contest, I'd like a deferred. I can't do it on a not guilty plea because you're requesting a trial. And if at the end of trial, we don't really do deferreds at that point. Often we don't do them because the opportunity to do those are really when you enter your plea, guilty or no contest. I can't sentence on a not guilty plea because we're not being sentenced at that point. And if a jury finds you not guilty, then you're not going to get sentenced. But if they do, then we go into sentencing right then. So guilty or no contest, I'd like a deferred. That's how you gain option 3, okay? And then the final one is teen court. If you're qualified for teen court, I'll be speaking about teen court to you. Teen court is a way to gain a dismissal when you're a student and presumably not working. And I have a couple of students. We have to take those first. Madison Evans, I'm going to start with you. If you'll unmute.
Yes, Your Honor.
Here you are. Where's your parent, please?
My parents aren't here currently.
Okay, we have to reschedule you because you're 16.
Okay.
They have to be present. Okay.
Okay.
So I need your signature on an extension, and I need to try to do that today.
Okay.
If I email it to you, can you print it, sign it, and email it back? It can be a photo.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right. So we're extending you. When can we get them here? Can we get them here within 2 weeks?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, that's the 26th. All right.
Of October.
Yes, of October.
Let me see.
Roughly.
I can't do Tuesdays because I have school on those days.
Don't you have school every day?
Yes, ma'am. But I meet because I'm homeschooled. I meet with my. Is there any other day that we could do, or?
Who do you meet with?
I meet with a class with classical conversations 1 day a week. So that's
Okay. We can do the 28th. And whenever you're enrolled in there, get some proof of that. Just print your enrollment form
okay.
because you're not qualified for teen court without proof of enrollment. Okay? All right. So that'll give you time to get that too. And we're going to email that extension. I need it back before lunch. Okay? Yes?
Okay. Yes, ma'am.
And next time, just make sure I can see your face.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Miss Evans.
Thank
You're
you.
good to go, but I need that form today, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, and then I have another team, Joshua Krim. I think the phone just logged in. How much you gonna get? Oh, just one moment, Mr. Krim, but stay right there. Can y'all see if we can get Nicole back on? Okay.
Judge, for some reason, we cannot hear your voice any longer.
At all? You can't hear me now? Okay. Is anyone else unable? Can anyone hear me? Nod if you can hear me or raise your hand. Okay. Seems like everybody can hear me. Mr. Krim, can you hear me now?
Judge, we're not muted and we can't hear anything that you're saying for some reason.
Your voice goes in and out.
Okay. So I have my volume turned all the way up. Is this any better?
Yes.
Yeah, I don't think that's their problem. I think, it will mute in and out when I turn and talk to someone else in the room.
We just got your voice back. I'm sorry, Judge.
That's okay. Good. I'm glad you did. You're okay now?
Yes, ma'am, we can hear you.
Okay. So Joshua, you are charged with possession of tobacco by a minor.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The state law says that if you're found guilty, there is a class that has to be pursued. And also, let's see, I'm just kind of looking. Just give me one moment. Pause, just one moment. I'll be right with you. Do we need any forms? He's a minor and it's not traffic. No, the ones that say, you're a minor and there's juvenile forms that we, okay. Always unless it's traffic. We should be sending them out beforehand. This is on Evans. Okay, we have some forms that we need to send to you. It looks like there was just a glitch and we didn't get them sent. Do y'all have your email available to you right now?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we're going to send those to you. I have to walk you through those before I accept your plea. Where I'm going next with it is to see what your plea is. And right now, informally, you've got a no contest plea that I have not accepted yet. If that's your plea today, I'm looking at doing teen court with you, for which there would be a $20 fee and a class that you will pay for and turn in within the next 30 days. It's online. And then you gain a dismissal and I waive the 181 that's on your citation. Okay. So pause for a moment. I'm getting those printed to send to you, although I think we can do them through Bullzip. And we'll be right back with you. Okay.
Thank
I'll
you.
let you know. I'll let you know when I've sent them so that you know to look for them. Okay. Okay. I'll be right back with you. On Mr. Krim, it's a minor in possession of tobacco, and we don't have juvenile forms sent to him. So we're pausing to get those and email them to him. Yeah. And I know there's a way to do it through the Bullzip. You could they save there and you send them, I think. So I don't know if that helps, but we'll be back with Mr. Krim shortly. And then I did want to talk to, just real quickly on the phone line, is this Ms. Barnett? Ms. Barnett, Dolores, are you on the phone? Yes. Ms. Barnett, can you unmute? Ms. Warren, Ms. Barnett's on the phone. I know that because she's in our lobby on the phone. There you are. Hi, Ms. Barnett. Yes. I'm actually, yeah. So you're here for a pretrial. Okay, you've got to stop talking for just a moment because it cancels my message to you out. Okay, we just have to take really good care to take turns. I'm going to actually send you a request to join a meeting And I think someone in the lobby can probably help you. Okay. And you'll talk to Ms. Warren, who is our prosecutor.
Ma'am, the reason I did not know that sheet got in there, I didn't mean to push not guilty because I thought all those pages had been changed to the next one, no contest. And that
Oh.
one got in there. That's what happened. I did not, and then I also thought you was talking about me living in the RV, but I was supposed to have no contest in there instead of not guilty.
Right. We have a bunch of new offenses.
Yes,
And
I know.
I don't have pleas on those, and it's pretty complicated. Do you understand that? I mean, I know that you feel like this is really your son's problem, but you're the homeowner. And so the charge gets filed against you. And I really think that if you're pleading no contest, I think the best thing is for you to wait in the lobby till it's your turn. And I will work with you. I'm probably going to bring you into the courtroom because I don't feel like we're communicating very effectively when we have 4 pages of violations. I think I have 40 cases. And I just think that if you think that you're pleading no contest on all of them, then I'm going to let the prosecutor go. And I'm going to work with you directly on these 40 violations just to do sentencing. Okay, so wait in the lobby. Is that your intention, to take responsibility and plead no contest?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm not going to hold you to that when we look at each one.
Yes,
But I
ma'am.
will walk you through each of these 40 cases. I need to do other people's cases first, and then I'll be with you, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so just wait there. And
Yes,
Ms. Warren,
Your Honor.
false alarm, I got a little excited hoping we could get some progress with Ms. Barnett. It looks like we will. I know you're briefed and prepared on this case. If you could just, yeah, Ms. Barnett, just wait a moment. Ms. Warren, if you could just give me your take on what would we want to see from Ms. Barnett?
Actually, Your Honor, I am at the office today. If you want me to come over when she
Okay.
comes into the courtroom, you just
Okay.
have a clerk call me and I'll be there.
Okay, I would say that's probably 45 minutes from now.
Okay.
We'll give you a ring, okay?
Okay, I'll come over.
That would be wonderful because it's one of those things that isn't
It's
going
a
to
lot.
stop. It's not going to stop until she's real clear and she takes action.
Right.
Okay, thank you so much. We'll be right back with you.
You're welcome.
I'll let you go ahead and disconnect.
Okay.
Okay, Ms. Barnett, I'm
Yes.
going to go ahead and, Ms. Barnett, can you hear me?
Yes.
Just wait in the lobby. We'll be with you shortly. I will be with you shortly.
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, so Mr. Krim, we did send all of that to you. I don't know if you've been able to receive those documents yet.
We are checking right now.
Great.
I got him.
Yes,
Okay.
Your Honor.
We're just going to look at them. Okay.
Okay,
So you don't have to.
we're looking at them on a phone.
Yeah, that's okay. I just want you to kind of, if you will, the first one is labeled at the bottom corner, 1.
Okay.
And what
need
I
to grab
wanted,
a pair of glasses. I'm not able to see this
Okay.
time. Give me 30 or 20 seconds so I can read it, please.
Joshua, how old are you today?
I am 16, ma'am.
Okay.
I need to look at that. Okay, Your Honor, I'm back. Thank you.
Thank you. So page 1, Joshua, first of all, do you understand that you're charged with possession of tobacco by a minor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and that the costs and fines at this time, if you pay them, well, let me pull your file, sorry, are 181.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Also, that you're required by law, if convicted, to complete, or even if you do some kind of deferral, to complete a tobacco intervention class.
Yes, I do.
Okay. And also, you have the right to hire an attorney to represent you. You have the right to have an attorney present prior to and during any interviews or questioning by peace officers or attorneys that represent the state. You do have the right to remain silent, and you're not required to make any statement, but any statement you make can and may be used against you in court. And you have the right to stop any interview or questioning at any time. Do you understand those rights?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'm going to look for your signature later today on that document. Do you feel that you can make such a signature?
Can you sign this today? Can we sign this and get it
Yes.
back to her?
Yes.
I'll actually have it at the front desk for y'all, because for team court, you're going to have to come over. Okay. The second form, just your address at the top on Kevin Drive. I don't want to give your address out in full. Is that your current address?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and so you'll sign off saying, yes, that's my address. And then the next form, labeled number 3, just says that there's a duty to keep your address current at all times until your case is completed. And that means a zero balance or a dismissal, whichever is appropriate for your particular case. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and Dad, what is your name?
Randall Krim, Randall,
And forgive me, but your date of birth, please.
September 2nd, 1975.
And I'm sorry, quick calculation, your age.
46.
Great. And really, that signature, when you get to it later today on page 3, just says, you've got to keep your address current until your case is completed. And it explains how you change your address effectively with the court. Okay, Joshua
Okay. Yes,
and
ma'am.
Dad,
Yes, Your Honor.
thank you. And then the next form, which is labeled 4, effectively says, today I will likely make a court order. And when I do, that court order has full force and effective law. And if you fail to complete your duty and your obligations under any court order, you can be held in contempt, which would be a separate charge. If you follow your court order, none of that comes into play. It's contempt for non-completion. And what that amounts to is a separate charge could be filed. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, Your Honor.
And then your final form, labeled number 5, and it's also labeled number 6, 2 pages long. Signatures are on page 6. That one is a long-winded explanation for all different sorts of things. What it has to do with is your record and when you qualify for expunctions. And on tobacco charges, actually expunctions can happen when you are completed with your case. Okay. Once you complete it, you're eligible to apply to the court and have an expunction. Okay. So that's just the rundown. I wanted you to have those in your possession, but I'll get your signatures later today when we come up here just to briefly check in. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Now, you are charged with the offense of minor in possession of tobacco. Informally, I have received a no contest plea from you. Before I accept that, do you understand your options for pleading, which are guilty, not guilty, and no contest?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And how are you pleading at this time?
Just plead guilty.
I'm gonna plead guilty.
Okay.
And plead guilty.
If you're guilty, I think it's better when you're young to just accept responsibility and move forward. And we have options that take into account your age. Okay. So with minor in possession of tobacco, when I push that into teen court, that turns into, there's a $20 fee that needs to be paid in cash. Is it possible to pay that fee today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Your Honor, could I ask you one question?
certainly may.
This is all new to us, and I just found out about this, and actually just saw the actual charge today. I'm
Yes.
assuming he had a nicotine containing product, a vape product on him. Is
Yes.
that the correct charge under the law, a tobacco?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. It is. It is. It's a good question, but really, sometimes the legislature doesn't, well, first of all, what came first, the chicken or the egg? In this case, is tobacco cases.
Yes,
And
ma'am.
as the new products have come online, they've really fallen under that, and they've just been added to that legislative piece. And
Right,
so the title hasn't really changed to
right,
something that might be necessarily more descriptive. But we
right.
use the titles that are the titles in the law. But when you read that law, it
It,
encompasses
it
a lot
lists,
of,
it encompasses these vape products under tobacco.
yes, a
Okay.
nicotine containing product would be better. But imagine telling someone you've been charged with possession of a nicotine containing product. It just, I
Right.
don't know. They just didn't change it.
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
At some point they might, because we've got all kinds of things that are products that are now being consumed. And frankly, the law just can't keep up.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
the concern here is the nicotine, I'm sure,
Yes, ma'am.
and whatever else might be in it. But it is correct. But that's a good question. And the other piece to teen court, to just get back onto sentencing, that $20 fee, and then a class that is tobacco awareness, or you could call it nicotine awareness, but it's really amounts to the same thing. It's an addicting product. And Joshua, that's the concern. And the legislature does place the concern for your health over and way above any kind of fee that would be collected. So there's just the $20 fee. But then you have a class that's going to be due November 9th. And we're going to give you class information when you come up here. Okay. And it's online. But you'll find that if you turn it on and leave the room, you're going to get kicked off because they'll know. So you'll just complete your class, get it turned in. I'll dismiss the charge. It won't be a conviction on your record. Okay. And I'll waive the $181.
Okay.
I have strong feelings about the tobacco issue when you're young, because when you're young and you get addicted to nicotine, it's a lifelong addiction that you work on. And I grew up in a household with nicotine addicted parents. My mother just died from it. And it will kill you over time. But the other part is that it will take your money. It's a very expensive habit as well. So it would be good to work on that now. Because once you start, my mother started smoking at 14. And there was a different culture at that time regarding that. But I think that you can work on this and place your health ahead of what nicotine offers you, which in the end is it takes more. Okay. So I want you to stay focused on it. To me, teen court is worth it. And it does keep it off your record as long as you complete your class. Okay.
Okay.
Can I ask a question, Your Honor?
Of course.
So the process is to complete the online course and pay the $20 fee. Well, then will he have to return to in-person court or Zoom court to complete the case or have it dismissed?
No, he can. What I need y'all to do is come today and sign the documents and pick up everything. Part of that is because the teen court fee has to be paid in cash.
Okay.
So there's no other way to do it than to come over here. And then we'll have you sign everything that we talked about today, including your final order. And then you just need to turn your class in on time. You can do that through email,
Okay.
or you can bring it by, either one. Okay.
Yes, Your Honor. I appreciate you sharing that personal information about
Yeah.
nicotine.
Well, it's just one of those things. I mean, I could list probably a dozen people that I've known, but that one was, it was a big deal. And we worked with her for a long time. I won't go into all the details, but the fact is, my mother died at 88. So it's not like it took lots of years off her life, but those were difficult years, and it really is something I've seen and watched. And Joshua, the fact is, my mother wanted to quit, and she did finally quit. She quit when her twin sister died from it. And, it was just a hard thing to watch them go through. They were good people, but it it doesn't care, nicotine doesn't care, and the damage gets done. And there is a lot of common belief among young people that the vape doesn't affect the lung, but it does. So you'll want to, and I do believe these classes do go into that now. I think they finally updated them, but it's a mandatory class. I have to assign it. I'm not going to give you 5 classes. I just want you to get the one done and do a good job with it. I'd rather see that than the goal is not to pound you with requirements. The goal is to get it done and get as much to you as we can by way of health and safety information right now. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Okay. And on to a better life. Okay.
Do we need to come to the court at this point?
Yes, you
Okay.
do. When can y'all be here? That's actually my next question.
As soon as possible.
Within 30 minutes.
Okay.
we'll leave
Don't
right-
rush. Don't rush, but we'll have everything at the front. It won't take very long. If you need an excuse for school, or work, you can get those. Okay.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
All right,
Thank you. Okay, and then Armandre Moore, if you'll unmute. Hi, so I did receive your request, your tobacco class being due today, and you needed some more time. Is that my understanding correct?
That's right.
Okay. How fast can you get this done?
How many hours can I do a day?
They don't limit you if you would log in and see, but you have to pay close attention. I think I can give you 2 weeks.
That's fine.
I could give you until October 26th.
Don't pay the $85.
Have you signed up yet to do it?
Yeah. It was like,
Yeah.
but it told us we had to pay $85.
What's that, Mom? Just go ahead and tell us.
I say yes.
Okay.
He just needed more time.
Okay. We will email you a copy of that extension. It's just a note on your order. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
I'm pretty tired.
You have to.
Thank you. All right, moving forward, Tatiara Hall, if you could unmute.
Good morning.
Morning, can you get on screen?
Not at the moment. I cracked my camera.
Okay, I have a question for you. I did receive your extension request for community service. I'm willing to do that. I want to know though, where are you going to do the community service?
Probably Salvation Army.
Okay, you don't know yet?
No, I lost the papers that had the list of them, and I asked the clerk at the court office if she could give me another list, but she said I had to speak to you first.
Do you know who you talked to?
No, I know it was the one on the far end of the clerk's office. Towards
Okay,
the other side of the building, the far end.
okay. Well, so you don't have any hours yet?
No, I was working 2 jobs at the time, from 8 in the morning to 9 o'clock at night, 7 days a week. So I just quit the second job, so I have time to finally do my community service.
Okay. I'm gonna give you an extension to December 7th.
Okay.
And we will have your paperwork at the front desk for you to come pick up. And any clerk can help you.
What was the question?
And no question. I just said any clerk can help you. Come on by to get that.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Have a good day.
And moving forward, Trayvon Ward.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, Your Honor.
Good morning, Mr. Ward. How are you, sir?
I'm good, and you?
I'm doing fine. Let me get your file. I have it right here. I did review your information. And I think I had a couple of questions. So I did receive your plea of guilty on the improper registration charge.
Yes, ma'am.
And you had requested a payment plan. I'm showing that I should probably see first, though, if you want to do community.
Community service.
Yes,
How many hours?
9.
Oh, yes, ma'am. I'll take that.
Okay. So, yeah, I would too. Okay. So I'm going to need you to come by just to pick up your packet and
Okay.
sign one form. And then there's a list of places where you can do the community service and also directions for how to pick a provider, what to do if you leave the list, and the things I will and won't accept. Okay.
Okay.
All right. When should we expect you to come by?
I'll come by today.
Yeah, it needs to be
Matter of
today.
fact,
What time today?
In a few minutes, actually, I just got to get dressed and then I'll be over my way.
Okay, no rush, but we'll look for you this morning.
Okay.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Ward. Any questions?
Honor? No, ma'am.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Okay, moving forward. Samantha Francis, you can unmute.
Okay.
Good morning, Ms. Francis. How are you?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. You are on time to court, and I believe, do you have a regular Texas license?
I don't.
Okay,
I had an appointment, but I didn't have my social security card. I lost it, so I couldn't get it.
okay. On the buyer's tag and the license charge and the speeding, on all three, I have that you have entered a no contest plea on each of those
Yes.
cases. And I just want to confirm, is that your plea at this time?
Yes.
Okay. You are qualified to do community service instead of payment. And that would turn into 30 hours total for all three cases.
Okay.
And I would give you until December 7th to complete that. Or
Okay.
request an extension. I'm gonna need you to come by the court and
All right.
do sign your waiver form and pick up your packet of that will give you timesheet to keep track of your hours
Okay.
and also instructions for how to find a provider, plus a list of places that I know are good with it. So
Okay. I won't be able to do that today because I work till 10 o'clock tonight.
we can email it to you. You're not at work right now, though.
Yeah, I am.
You are at work?
I am at work. Yes.
Okay. And you work 12
Uh,
hours?
Today I'm working a 16-hour shift.
Okay. I can email it to you and have you
Okay.
send it back. You'll have to print out the waiver form and sign it and email it back to
Okay.
us. It can be a photo or it can be a scan, either one.
Okay.
Okay. I'll just put a note that you're not coming in, we're emailing, and you're emailing back, okay?
Okay.
Okay. If you wind up with any questions, you can come by and talk to a clerk. If they can't answer, you can make an appointment on Zoom to talk to me, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Ms. Francis.
Thank you.
And moving forward, my next person is Ryan Averill. Mr. Averill, good morning.
Hello,
How are you today?
I'm good. So far,
Good.
so good.
I did receive your information, and there was a plea. Let me just look at it again. I didn't write it down. Of guilty on the insurance case. We did receive the insurance that you provided, but the only compliance dismissal on insurance is if it was in effect at the time of the stop. So I wasn't able to do a dismissal on that.
Okay.
So I will accept your plea of guilty. Do you have any requests? I wanted to let you know too that you qualified to do community service.
I probably wouldn't have the time.
Okay. what's the reason for that?
Well, mostly because I take care of my mom, and it's really difficult to leave the house.
Okay.
Wait,
How are you
Even
able
work.
to, are you able to make payments?
you mean for a fine?
Yes.
Yeah.
You need a payment plan?
Yes, probably so.
Okay. I'm normally going to let you have a lot of say about this payment plan because, my legal thought is that community service is what we ought to be doing. And so if we did $25 a month, is that something that you could do? You could always pay
Absolutely.
more. You could pay more if you want to, or it can, but it would be a minimum payment of $25 a month.
Let's go with that.
Okay. Can you make a first payment today and come sign up for your payment plan?
Yeah.
Okay. And then it would just be every month on the 7th until you're done.
All right.
Okay. We're going to have all of this.
What would the fine be though?
The total fine is $281.
Okay. All right.
And there'll be one fee that gets added that's required by state law of $15 for payments made over 30 days. But it doesn't go up. It doesn't go up after that.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Can you come by this morning and sign up for the payment plan?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. And then what we'll do is spell out all the payments for you. So you can just check them off as you go. If you pay early, it knocks the next one off. So you'll see when you come up here, it's pretty logical.
Okay.
And your
Sounds
totals will be there too. Okay.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Can we look for you this morning?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Averill.
All right.
Bye-bye. Okay. My next person is Marian Ockelberry. And Miss Ockelberry, there you are. Good morning. Can you unmute?
Hi.
Hi. So we have several cases, but the only one before the court right now is a speeding charge. And this is for September 13th, where the fines and costs are $264. And I did receive your plea of guilty and a request for community service, which you are qualified to do. Before we do that, though, you are on time to court. Do you have a regular Texas Class C license?
Yes.
Have you taken a driver safety course in the last year for purposes of getting a ticket dismissed?
No, but I did it when I first got my license, but no, I have not taken it.
Okay. If you wanted to take it and receive a dismissal of the charge, I would be required to collect the court costs of $144 from you in order to do that. I don't know if you are interested in doing that or if you just want to move forward with you. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm realizing this is 25 over. I'm going to have to recall what I just said to you. It's not qualified to be in that program thing. I missed the step. 75 and a 50. I can't. The state law won't allow a driving safety course, but I can grant your request for community service. And let me get that amount for you. And it would come to 13 hours of community service, which would be due no later than December 7th. Do you have any questions about that?
No.
When can we look for you to come and sign your documents and pick up your packet?
I can come in today.
I'm sorry?
I said I can come in today.
Today. What time today?
About 1 o'clock is fine.
Yes, we'll see you at the counter at about 1. It won't take very long. Okay?
Okay,
Okay, do you have any questions, Ms. Huckleberry?
no.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Mhm.
Your other two cases are set for pretrial on October 20th, okay?
Okay, I turned in the paperwork, so she didn't get the paperwork.
So you still have a pretrial on that date. You can call the day before and see if she's changed anything, but she can't, the only thing that can excuse you from court that day is if the cases are no longer pending with the court, and right now they are. So
Okay.
I
And
don't,
what's the next pending date?
October 20th,
Okay,
let me get your time. No. At 3 o'clock.
okay.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay. Kenneth Morrison, if you could unmute. If you're able to get on screen, it does help with communication. If you're not able to, you're not able to.
Yes, ma'am.
You. Good morning.
Morning.
Your cases are in warrant, and I did receive your information. Are you still at Shelling?
Snelling, yes, ma'am.
Shelling? Okay. And let's see, I have guilty pleas on all three cases. Speeding, fines and costs are $499.20. No insurance, costs and fines are $430.30. And speeding, again, different date, $499.20. And your pleas are guilty to those charges?
Yes, ma'am, because I don't know if my brother still have the insurance for that car. So, yes, ma'am.
Okay. These are from July 14th, 2020.
Yes, ma'am.
And then January 29th, 2020. Okay, and so you qualified to do payments. What you're showing right now is significant income and very few bills. What bills do you have that are in your name?
Just the internet bill. And yeah, just the internet bill, I believe so.
Okay, you're living with family at this time?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Till I get this done.
When do you get paid in your job? What day of the week?
Weekly, Mondays.
Okay. So let's see. So can you make a $50 payment today?
$50, yes, ma'am.
I'm going to need your signature on a payment plan today in order to recall your warrants. And then what we're going to do is $25 every Monday.
Yes, ma'am. Am I not qualified for community service?
No, you're not.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. How soon will you be here?
In an hour or two.
We'll look for you then.
Okay.
Okay. I'll recall your warrants once you've made the $50 payment and signed.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks.
And moving forward, Ian Watson.
Yes, ma'am.
Good morning, Mr. Watson.
Good morning.
We have two things going on. There's an expired motor vehicle registration.
Oh, I got the registration. I brought it in. They
You
just said
actually are
that.
interrupting me, and just I'm going to preload your question. Okay. Yes, I received it, but you didn't pay the dismissal fee, and there's a $20 dismissal fee. Can you pay that fee today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I need you to do that so that I can sign that dismissal and save you that $151, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Okay, all right. The other thing is that you requested an extension to get your driver's license valid. You know, it's an invalid license charge, and it has fines and costs of $281, and it's from August 27th, 2021. How quickly can you get your license? Because state law doesn't really require, allow for a dismissal of that charge. I have a local program that you might qualify for, but I think we're close to the deadline on that one.
I'm actually, oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Yes, it's okay. What I'm trying to do is, get a valid VL or get your license back to valid status. Does that make
Yes,
sense?
most definitely. Yes, most definitely. I was actually gonna go get it. Like, I just have to finish my course today, and then I can go in and then get the license as soon as tomorrow.
Okay. Are you valid with the state of Texas?
No, I just moved here recently, so then I haven't been able to get the license valid for Texas, and then I went in to get it, and the lady was saying, because I didn't know that I had to take a driver course, the 6-hour driver course, so then I wasn't able to get it that day, so I was going in to get it this week because it was on a Friday, last Friday.
I'll tell you that part of what you're telling me doesn't quite add up to what I know to be the case. If you have requirements with DPS, if you have a class due and you get it to
No.
them.
No, it was that because I'm under 25, she was saying that I needed to take driver's ed course or something like that.
Who are you talking to?
When I went to the DPS office, it was the lady that walked up to me because we were all in line, so she was calling people up that was ready, and then she had said I needed to do this before I could come in and actually get the license because I also needed another form of identification because I don't have an identification card.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, and was it an issue with Texas or with Oregon?
With Oregon.
Have you fixed the problem that you had with Oregon?
Yes, ma'am. They just wouldn't let me get the physical license without coming all the way back and going to the DMV. And I tried to speak with them again, and then they said the same thing. So I'm not able to make it back there. So I was gonna just get it here.
Yeah, you're
as long as I
required to get it here. If you're gonna drive.
Yes.
Have you ever
Yeah.
had a Texas license or ID?
No, ma'am.
Okay. I'm just gonna have to trust that you have figured out what you need to do. I'll give you 30 days. Okay.
I really appreciate that. Yeah, I can definitely do that.
I need your extension on it when you come in today to pay your $20 dismissal fee on your other charge. I'm not positive that you are going to be eligible for this dismissal option, but I think it's possible. Might as well shoot for it. Make sure you're on time, which is November 9th. Okay.
Okay, most definitely. Thank you, ma'am.
You miss your court date, you miss your dismissal option. Okay.
Yes, most definitely. All right.
Okay, we'll have everything at the front desk for you. Are you coming now or?
Yeah, I'll be on my way directly.
Okay, no rush, but stay safe. But we'll see you this morning.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thank you. And moving forward, Glenn Starling, if you can unmute. Hi, Mr. Starling. You'll have to unmute. I can't hear you yet. Thank you. Good morning. You're gonna need to turn your volume up. Can't hear you. It's like you're at the end of a tunnel.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you, but you're gonna have to lean forward and I can hear myself better. We're getting interference.
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Yes, that's much better.
Okay.
Okay, your community service, you wanted an extension. And August 5th was your due date.
Right.
I have been unable to verify your hours at the place where you did the work before.
Yes, ma'am.
What I'll tell you is that, you know, the address comes back to an empty field. The phone number is disconnected. And so I'm not able to count those hours.
The phone number should not be disconnected. I told
Well,
him.
but it is.
Yeah,
Well, we
okay.
tried it.
He must have not paid his bill.
No, yeah, I don't know, but I can't validate these hours.
Okay,
So-
I understand. I didn't realize until I was down there yesterday reading it on the thing. He's not a nonprofit either.
Oh, well, then I wouldn't be able to accept them either.
I don't think he's a nonprofit. He may be connected
If
with
you read the notices I gave you on your paperwork, it's very clear that I will not accept anything that is not a nonprofit. So you're gonna start over, unfortunately.
Oh, Lord. Okay.
And I'm gonna give you the list again. And right now, I just want to see, you know, can we be on time and can we get something done by December 7th? And I'll look and see how many hours you've given me at that point, and we'll, you know, see how much more time you need.
Okay.
But you're going to need to come in and ask for an extension and bring me what you have by December 7th, and then just keep working.
Let me ask you this, Your Honor.
Yes.
Being that I don't have no transportation, is the CTLC, is it on there or maybe St. Vincent de Paul?
St. Vincent de Paul is on there. CTLC is on there too.
Okay, I'm good.
Yeah,
then.
they're both on there. Okay, come pick up a new packet. Let's just start fresh. I've got
Okay.
some new providers and, you know, but both of those are still on there, and we'll give you new timesheets. Probably give
Okay.
you. And you can go to more than one place.
Yeah, they were explaining that to me, and that works out really good too, because
Are
a
there
lot
new
of times
cases?
they have other people, so they don't want to have too many at one time. They can't supervise.
Okay, and then we had I received your plea on the 2 animal charges.
Yes, ma'am.
And so we'll add those cases in to the whole thing, okay?
Yes, ma'am. Like I said, they're not my dogs, but they were on my property because the people stay here. So sometimes,
Right.
sometimes they don't.
We can't ID dogs. We just go to where they go, you know?
I understand, ma'am. I understand fully. I accept responsibility for it.
I appreciate that you do that. So that comes to 200 hours.
Okay, that's total.
That's total. And I expect that you'll need an extension, but I'm kind of wanting to see if we can just get you to follow step and be on time. And also I'm wanting to make sure that the first set of hours I get in, they're valid, we're good to go, and we're not sending you back out to start over again, okay? If you have any questions, you can call Ms. Gonzalez at the court. If you're going to a provider, you want to go to a provider and you're not sure, she would probably help you figure that out. But if it's on my list, it's good to go, okay? All right. Do you have any further? Yes. Do you have any further questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, remember your deadline to show me some progress is December 7th.
Is it possible to, is the dog cases possible for a dismissal if I complete the hours, or no, it's not good? I didn't know how it worked.
No, and it doesn't really affect your criminal records. It's a
Yeah,
local.
I understand. I just didn't know, I mean, how it worked exactly, being that they're not mine, but they were from off my yard, I guess. So I didn't know if that was how it flew in. I just don't know anything about it.
Yeah. No, I'm not going to do that because it then becomes another mountain of paperwork, and we have a lot to be getting on with. We already
ma'am.
have.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
All
I
right.
appreciate
Just don't miss your deadline again because it winds up going to warrant, and we prevented
ma'am. I
that.
don't want that.
Right.
need
It's
that.
unnecessary. It's just a matter of communicating. Okay,
All right, thank you, ma'am.
thank you, Mr. Starling.
All right, am I done? Can I?
You're done for now. Just come on by the court and pick up your paperwork.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. I need a waiver. Okay, and so we're moving forward to Larry Rogers. Mr. Rogers, if you could unmute. Good morning. Sorry, I can't hear you quite yet. You'll have to unmute.
Okay, I did. Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Your
I
Honor?
can hear you. Yes, I can hear you. I
Okay, thank
received
you.
your plea of no contest to the charge of no insurance, which is from September 13th of 2021, where the fines and costs are $281. To that charge, you have pled no contest. Is that correct?
Yes, yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
No contest.
Sorry?
That said no contest.
Okay. And you weren't insured at that time?
I thought I was, but apparently seemed
Okay. Well, I can order community service. Instead of payment. And it would come to 14 hours. I'm gonna need you to come by the court. You've muted yourself again, Mr. There you go. Mr. Rogers, can you come by the court to pick up your community service information?
yes, ma'am. I sure
Okay.
can.
When can you be here?
Would an hour from now be fine?
That would be fine.
Okay.
We'll
Thank
have
you very much.
everything. We'll have everything at the front desk for you, okay?
Okay.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you, Your Honor.
you. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Ms. Franklin, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you this morning?
Well, and yourself?
Good. There were two charges. One is a failed to apply for Texas license. The other is a violation of the promise to appear. They've gone to warrant for non-payment. And I think the thing we should probably look at is doing community service.
Okay.
Okay. And you can do it over, are you still in the Killeen area?
Yes.
You can do it over there. Just make sure it's a nonprofit.
Okay.
It turns into 42 hours. And right now I'm going to put the due date as December 7th. And I just need to get your signature on a waiver form. And then I can recall your warrant. Are you, if we email it to you, can you print it and sign it?
Yes, ma'am. If I got
Okay.
a Texas driver's license now, with that?
No, that's not going to change this because convictions were entered some time ago. These are 2019 cases.
Okay.
So that part has been done where we entered those convictions, but there's a court order to pay the balance and that didn't happen. And so we're trying to resolve that with you.
I have a question about that because I was making payments.
Yeah,
I
we've
had a
credited
payment.
you. Yeah, we've credited you with all the payments that you made. But
Oh, okay.
you didn't finish.
Right, because I know when COVID happened or the website or something changed, I'm not sure what it was, but I couldn't figure out how to make the payments anymore. Like the whole website where I was making payments had changed.
The answer to that is to contact the court and try to figure out what happened and make those payments. I don't know what you're referencing, but I can tell you that when there's a problem, we don't pursue a website, we pursue you. And that's where we are at this point. I can do payments again with you, but it's gone up because we didn't hear from you. I think the
No,
better option is to move toward community service because it's going to be a little bit faster, you know.
I don't have a problem with the community service. I was just making sure that you guys saw that I was making payments towards the payment plan that I did have set
Yeah.
up.
Yeah, we did. We
And
saw
that
that.
it's not
did
like I
see
was
that,
just
and I credited.
disregarding.
Yeah, listen, I credited you that, but you still owe the court $844.87. And to me, you're on the line where that payment plan was probably, I mean, you did a good job up to a point, but it's still owed. And you qualify to do the community service program. You can probably get this knocked out in 30 to 60 days.
Which program? I'm sorry, you're breaking up.
Community service program.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fine.
Okay, well, we'll send it to you. Hope you do well.
All right, thank you.
Mr. Morris?
Yes, ma'am.
Morning.
Morning.
There is a charge of speeding. It has fines and costs of $264. And I do have a plea for you. Let me just review it. Of no contest. Is that your plea at this time?
Yes.
Okay. You requested a payment plan, which I could grant, or I can grant community service.
The only problem with me doing community service is I wouldn't have time to do it unless
Why
I
is
was
that?
able. Because I work constantly.
Well, how
and
do you work constantly and only make $250 every 2 weeks?
so I work 4 hours every day, but
Right.
I
Then
only
there's
make $8.50
still
an
lots of
hour.
hours. Sorry?
I only make $8.50 an hour.
Right. But four hours a day means you have time. If you'd rather make payments, I can order payments.
Just for payments because I'd
Okay.
forget about the community service either way.
Okay,
At least with
25.
payment.
Okay, listen. Can you come by and sign for a payment plan?
Yes.
Can you pay $25 today?
No.
When can you pay $25?
Friday.
Okay, that's tomorrow. So come in and sign for your payment plan, and then you start payments on the 8th. Does it always need to be on a Friday?
I get paid every 2 weeks.
Yes, I know. My question is, does your payment always need to be on a Friday? Because that's when you get paid?
Yes.
Okay, so next, on the 22nd, when you're paid again, it's going to be $13 every 2 weeks.
Okay.
Okay, come to the clerk's desk this morning. What time can you be here?
At 10:45.
Okay.
Because I live right down the road.
Okay, we will have it at the front desk for you.
Okay.
Thank you. And we are going. Yes, if we could.